Hello YouTubers, only me. Saturday the 29th of November 2025. I've got a lot to tell you, so this will probably be over 20 minutes. No, my luck. So to start things off, I had a Zoom meeting Monday about a TV program. All I heard was stranded on a desert island. That's all I've heard. So I'm like, And the interview went well. I mean, yeah, it could have gone better because my brain just totally shut down. Literally. It was basically, she would ask me a question or two, and then I have to answer it within a sentence. So yeah, it sounds easy, but not for me. I could do sentences in writing, I suppose, but answering questions in a sentence, yeah, that's my downfall. Literally my downfall. So, but she was very patient with me. Gave me some suggestions like what to say and stuff like that. Like, how about you say it this way and that way and the other way. And I must admit, I kept saying sorry a lot. And she was like, there's no need to be sorry. And then, yeah. So, that ball is kind of rolling. And then we'll just take it from there and see what happens. It might happen, it might not happen. It's just trying to rain again. I was drenched yesterday. Literally, me and Hooch, we were drenched yesterday. But that's another story. So that's happened. So I think the plan is, I think she's going to edit my interview along with everyone else's interview that I didn't attend 2 Fridays ago because I've taken my mum to the hospital. And then once it's all edited and all the rest of it, I think she's going to give it to one of the producers and then see what they say and stuff like that. And not just that, but also she'll need the funding for that kind of TV program. So we'll soon see what happens. So I'm not putting my hopes up because I'm learning not to put my hopes up, because every time I do, like, put my hopes up and think, oh, brilliant, it's going to happen, and then it's like, oh, sorry, it's not going to happen, and you're like, I put my hopes up for absolutely zilch. So that's why I'm not putting my hopes up. Plus, I've had quite a few disappointments as well, like when it came to applying for jobs, and I've never gone anywhere for a while. When it comes to applying for jobs, I apply for them and I wait for like an email or a phone call to say, like, let's have an interview, find out the reason why you're applying and stuff like that, and take it from there. So yeah. But I haven't had that yet, so, and then before I know it, the application's closed, and then like I wait like 4 weeks, and when I haven't heard anything in 4 weeks, that's it. It's down the pan. So, yeah, disappointing really, but it's how it works now. But like I said, we'll soon see how this TV program goes. I mean, I've got like another link. If as like a back burner thing for NE1 for TV, and apply for that one. And that's like stepping back into the actor industry, but obviously for screen instead of stage. So I've got that burning in my email to say, to let them know that I am interested in stuff like that. So yeah, I'll keep that on my back burner, because I've got other appointments to go. I've got the job centre Thursday, and then next Tuesday is the meeting with Disability North, so that should be interesting. So yeah, that would be cool to get that ball rolling. So that's it from the job bit. Still finding work as usual, but I'm hoping one can go, okay, see how this goes, and if it is the right thing for me, then hey presto, because I need a job. I need one. I mean, years ago I never thought of having a job. Literally no thought whatsoever of having a job. I thought, well, not just that, not that I couldn't be bothered to have a job. It was because when I left Westgate College, I wanted some time to myself. And plus, it was getting over the whole man being in hospital to get her brain tumour removed. So it was coping with that, and still am at this point. Like coping with the changes. So yeah, back then I wasn't ready. And I will admit, I wasn't ready for work. I was kind of determined, like, not to have a job as yet. Maybe temporary placements, but not like a full-on job. But now I want a full-on job. I feel ready for it. So I think everyone's wished me the best of luck, really. So we'll soon see what happens. But yeah, it's true. I wasn't ready to begin with, but obviously I'm ready now. And that's exactly what I said to one of the staff members from the Newcastle Council that I had a meeting with a week ago yesterday. I think it was a week ago yesterday. Yeah, it was a week ago yesterday. And at the work in Thrive. How I got there on time, I have no idea, because of it being icy and stuff like that. But yeah, I got there. And I actually said to her exactly the same as I said to you. I literally said to her, years ago, I wasn't ready for work because I just left college. Plus, I was looking after my mum at the time, or trying to the best of my ability. When we discovered that she has got a tumour and that she had to stay in hospital for quite a while, and that was 2 months, 2 weeks, 1.5 days. And yeah, I wasn't ready for work. I really wasn't, but obviously now I am. So she sounds very pleased that I was very, very honest about my status. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the work thing out of the way. I must admit I'm starting to get a little bit of butterflies knowing that it'd be one more week to go, and then it's going to Disability North. So I'm like, oh, I think it's just the interview. I think it's just like meet the clients and stuff like that, as far as to my knowledge. But obviously it's an all day thing, so it's like, So yeah, that's that out of the way. Secondly, I have been to the cinema recently, and that was Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Because I forgot to tell my mum that we were going to the cinema, but hey ho, never mind. And we went to see, me and my carer, we went to see the new Running Man with Glenn Powell. Actually, it wasn't too bad. Yes, there were some bits that was slightly the same as the original, but obviously there was more stuff that was kind of different to the original. So would I say that was the best film I've seen? I don't know, because like I said, it was different. It was very, very different. Definitely a different take to it. So I mean, yeah, it's a reboot from the original, but yeah, it was different. So I did enjoy it. I will admit, I did enjoy it. But there was a part of me that it felt like it was missing something, and I just didn't know what. But I think that's just me at the end of the day. It was missing something, and I just, like I said, I just can't think what yet. But it was good. If I had to rate it out of 10, I say an 8, which isn't bad. But yeah, so it was very interesting. So I was quite pleased that I did eventually have the balls to watch it, because I've been so used to the original one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I know how good that was. So yeah, I sound like an old schooler. That's what I sound like. I sound like an old schooler. Oh, the original's better, man. You should see the original. Honestly, I'm terrible. Sometimes in some films or TV programs that I've seen that's had a bit of a reboot or a remaster, sometimes it'd be, oh, the original was better, didn't really like the new one, or sometimes it'd be, actually the new one's better than the original. I go through a phase. Honestly, I go through a phase, but it depends how the film goes or how the TV show goes, and if it's like the original but they changed it a bit. So yeah, So yeah. Anyway. What else? I've been to see a performance yesterday, but I was late. Not too late, I'd say about 4 minutes late, give or take. 4 or 5, maybe. Because I was trying to, jog it all the way there. Then I missed the 901, which is the metro replacement service. Because at the moment the metros are still off at the moment until the end of this month. So it'll be tomorrow, I think they'll be back on. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow they're back on. And so when I missed the 901, I was like, I can't be bothered to walk all the way down to that bus stop where it stops, because it always stops near the metro station. So I was like, can't be bothered to walk all the way down just to get the 901 bus, just to get to Gosforth Civic Centre. Not Civic Centre, Gosforth Civic Theatre, sorry. And so yeah, I couldn't be arsed, so I was like, right. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and walk as fast as I can to Gosforth, to the theatre. And I kept looking at the time on my phone because my watch was still charging, because I forgot my watch. I've got it on now, luckily, but I forgot my watch at the time. I thought, oh gosh. So yeah. So I was looking at the time on my phone while it was well, it wasn't raining, luckily, but it was just after the rain. And I just kept looking at it, like it's 10:02, it's 5:02. Once it was 5:02, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna make it. I literally left the house too late. But I wasn't too late, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I arrived just in the nick of time-ish. I was about, like I said, 3-4 minutes late. And arrived, and anyway, the staff member stopped me, but not stopped me. And she was like, oh, have you come to see a show? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I have to sneak you in because they've just started. I thought, shit. That was literally my first thought. I thought, shit, what have I missed? And the performance that we're doing is called Freedom Moving Then and Now. And I might as well, spoil it for you, because I think it's all over and done with. But obviously I know they're going to do more shows like that. So anyway, so it starts off in now, 2025. And the only bit I saw was them discussing like how things began, how it all began, stuff like that. So they go back to the war. I think it was World War II, I think. And so yeah, it was World War II. And then somewhere along the lines after World War II, round about the late-ish 1940s still, round about then, they were discussing how to remember those who sacrificed their lives for the freedom of our country. So they had options. There was like, what would monument Gosforth and like bring people together and stuff like that. So one option was an actual monument. So one of them monuments to say, let's remember this person, that person, that person who fallen in the war, etc., etc. So that was one option. The second option was like a remembrance garden. So basically it was still like a memorial, but it was more like a garden. Sorry, I was waving to someone. So yeah, it was like so that was the second option, was like a garden, so that everyone would again still come together and I pay the respects or do whatever you. But the third option, which is the one they went for, is how about a building? So they started building, and it was called, this literally blew my mind, and it was called Gosforth Civic Hall. Yeah, Gosforth Civic Hall. This blew my mind because I never knew that part of history. I mean, sometimes I feel hopeless when it comes to history. That's why I have my friend's help who knows a lot about history, like Boudica and stuff like that, and it's like, help me! I only know like parts of history, like the Titanic, that interests me. Obviously bits and pieces of the Nazis. Obviously the first man to walk on the moon, obviously, and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I knew bits of the war, obviously, because you were taught it at a very young age. It's like, let's honour those who gave their lives, etc., etc. And you think, oh. And yeah, so that's what they did. They started building this building, and it was the Gosforth Civic Hall. And it remained there up until 2016, apparently. This is according to the performance. It remained the Gosforth Civic Hall from like then till 2016, until the group came along, looked at the place and went, oh, it's a bit old, it's a bit shabby, it needs a bit of a pick-me-up, a bit of TLC. And it was like, well, what do we do with it? Because it was in shambles. And it was like, oh, how about we make it a cafe? So that was an option. Then it was, how about a theatre? So that was another option. And it was, well, how about a place for people to work at? So they combined all these options into one. So it was cafe, theatre, and a place where people can work. So that was kind of cool. And it changed the name forever, from Gosforth Civic Hall to Gosforth Civic Theatre. And I was like, I was just blown my mind. Literally, my mind just went like that. And learning that bit of history, like how Liberdage's original members were the ones restoring it to its kind of, not formal glory, but into a modern version from what it used to be. but make it theatre-wise, and it still be a place for people to come together, watch shows, etc., and yeah. So yeah, it was very interesting. It was very interesting. I thoroughly. I haven't got any words, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, you even had the choir left, right, and centre. Literally, left, right, and centre. So yeah, it was very interesting. So I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I've seen some good performances in my time, like The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time, Julius Caesar, the Peter Pan pantomime. That was down in Canterbury. Let There Be Magic and Scones back up at Morpeth. But the show that I just seen yesterday with Liberdage and the other people who I don't recognise their faces, did a fantastic job. Literally, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think even if my friend, who I call my sister, because like I said, she's very keen on history, I think even she would enjoy the show, I would think. I think she would enjoy it, because it's her kind of scene, like history and all the rest of it. So yeah, and the way they've done the way that Beamish have done the women's hair, I thought, whoa! It really just takes you back to that moment, back God knows when, and yeah, definitely like just amazing. And once the show ended, and there was an announcement at the end, and he didn't even tell the guys this either until that announcement, saying that they've been nominated or voted. I think it was voted for an award. I thought, good for them. And if they do get it, I'll be like, well, they deserve it. Because what they've done and what they're continuing to do is so inspiring. So I'm hoping, I literally pray that they do get an award. And I was speaking to some audiences, even one of the performances' dad even spoke only a little bit to one of the core members of Twisting Ducks, because I was like thinking, is she still there? She not there, and she was still there. I was like, oh thank God, she's still there. And yeah, I mean, she looked like she was enjoying herself anyway. The one I'm talking about. And then one of the staff members who run Liberdage, she was like, Kieran, I was like, hi, I'm glad you couldn't make it. I was like, oh, me too. I only missed a couple of minutes, but I got there. And she was like, oh. And she was like, I can see you're wearing your Liberdage shirt, because I have my Liberdage shirt and my grey blazer and shorts. And I was like, oh, this is an old shirt, obviously, because they've got their new shirts that look wow. But obviously the one I have is an old one. So, but she appreciated me coming to see it, because I was like, well, I was told this was going to be bigger and better than ever. So I just had to. So yeah. So now I've got another performance to go, on Sunday, the 7th of December. And I know that's going to last 2 hours. I read it up, it lasts 2 hours. I'm like, oh dear. It's literally from 6 till 8, and this is in North Shields, called Cinders on the Bread Line. So I'm like, I mean, I still want to see it because it's got one of my friends in it who used to go to Spectrum. And I literally said to him on, I think it was Facebook, that I am looking forward to seeing him act because I've never seen him act before. So this will be a first for me if I'm still able to get there, that is. But obviously I'm going to tell Mum, and she's going to be like, what? You're going to be what? And I'll be like, Mum. So, and that's the free one that I was telling you about. Got that one for free because it was like, fill in your own price. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have it for free. Why not? Why not? I mean, I was willing to give them like £1 or something. It would be like £1, 2p in total because of the tax on top. And then I got it down to like 2p and then 1p. And then I was like, what happens if I just get it for, zilch? And it worked. I was actually very surprised it worked. So I was like, oh my gosh, it worked. So yeah. So I'm hoping I will see it. I do hope. Obviously I will let my mum know about that one. And then I had a notification for Spectrum about the bus project that they're doing, that I'm very glad that I'm not in. Apparently the plan is for Spectrum, they're going around as planned and doing workshops and probably asking people questions like, what is it like on the bus, the good, the bad, and the in-between. And then I'm guessing all that's going to be put into a performance, and then yeah, that's my guess. So I'm still a little bit like on and off in seeing that performance, but I did say to Spectrum that I promised them that I would see their performance, and you know me, I can't go back on a promise. So I will try and enjoy it. It might be even better than what I think, to be honest. But yeah. So yeah, that's happening. I don't know if that's next year or the year after. I haven't quite fully read their post as yet, so I need to fully read it before I can go, maybe. But if I get a job, it'd be a lot harder. But knowing them, the performances will be in the evening, so I should be able to do it. Should. But we'll see. I know I made them a promise. Like I made Liberdage a promise that I would see one of their performances, and I've obtained that. So best to keep a promise. So yeah. What else is happening? Oh, yeah. I took my bike in on Thursday to Halfords, and I told them that the rear derailleur is snapped off. So they've done a full assessment, And according to Dad, because it was under Dad's name, they said there was more things up with the bike apparently. Like the front wheel wasn't on properly, and something to do with the brakes as well. And because being a mongoose with the rear derailleur, they haven't got the parts for that. I'm like, seriously? So at some point, I'm gonna have to take my bike back, get the parts, take it back to Halfords with the parts, so they can do whatever they do. Apparently it's going to cost 50 quid. And Dad's like, it's fine. Because he said he was willing to do it for me. So, yeah. So once it's done, it's done. But I feel like I should really keep my bike in Halfords. Really. Until the parts are like, until we get the parts, it makes sense to me to keep the bike at Halfords, and then all I have to do is just give them the parts. But apparently, according to Dad, I have to book in another appointment just to make the repairs. It's like, right, but soon say. Either I do take my bike back or I don't take my bike back. But I think that's what I was told, to take my bike back until making another appointment. So that's going to be fun. I mean, I was quite surprised I got there on time actually. Very surprised. I literally got there dead dot at 10. So, yeah, I was very surprised that I did that. So that's about it as far as I know. Oh, me and my mum's going to the club today. Well, tonight I should say. It's called, I don't normally mention names, but this is a one-off. It's called the Kelly Harrington Band, I think it's called. Me and my mum have seen them before, and they were really good. So we thought, we'll see them tonight. So the taxi's already booked for the return trip, because obviously there's no number 7 bus on the way back anymore. Don't ask. I think me and my mum have gave up on that one, because it doesn't just need us complaining, it needs other people to say this is what's happening. And because no one is gonna use their voices to say we need the 7 back for reasons, then there's not really much we can do. So they're just gonna have to suffer, and the club is gonna suffer in the future. So, and if it does, me and my mum's gonna think, well, what can we do now if the club goes down? But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's the old saying. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh, that's pretty. Anyways, I'll catch you later, YouTubers. Live long and prosper, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, only if you really want to. And also don't forget, if I don't see you on the 23rd of December, that means I'll be taking a break from YouTube up until somewhere around January. So that will be the plan. So if I don't see you by then, I'll be taking a break from YouTube. But I'll probably put it in the community section to say this is official. I have took a break from YouTube. from the 23rd till somewhere in January. But I'm hoping I'll see you on the 23rd of December, but we'll soon see. Soon see how things go. Okie dokie. Right. Auf Wiedersehen.